What's up, guys? This is Hyce, and welcome back to 2-8 Tuesday. Yes, unlimited Mikados or none Mikados. I would prefer unlimited Mikados, but unfortunately we only have so many. Anyways, once again this week, we are back 3D modeling the K37 for Century of Steam. Here's the model as sits. I've got the, I need to fix that. The radius rod starts at a goofy angle, and then the animation tells it to wake up. I need to fix that so that it sits at rest properly, but we'll get there. Anyway, obviously I've got the tender turned off, because I've been doing a lot of work in the cab recently. So we're going to be working on some more parts here today. I guess we need to figure out exactly what we wish to work on today. I'm almost done with the 6ET quest of old, as mentioned. So that's what I was working on before stream. There's not much left to do, so I don't know, but finishing that up is not going to feel super cool to do on stream, so I don't know. I'm going to make a poll on a couple things. Let's see. What next? Customization. Let's see. I know we gotta do some stuff with the water column. Deco stuff. Alright. Random little poll coming up there. You guys can vote on what you'd like to see me work on while I talk you through what's been going on so far. Apologies for stream starting a touch later than normal. I had a wonderful dinner this evening with a good friend of mine. We went and got the best burger in Golden. Only on Tuesdays. So good stuff. All right, so I did some organization this past week, which helped because it became necessary, where I can now just turn off the cab. I couldn't do that before because it's a bunch of other stuff. Like, it's not just the cab, it's all these different little items. So I made it a whole collection so I can just turn that off so we can see in. And if I yeet the seats as well, cab seats and pedestals, you can see that my spaghetti hath becometh quite considerably. Right before stream, I was working on this. This is the fireman's dump valve, which lives behind the engineer. I guess they figured that the fireman would see it while shoveling if he needed to or something. I don't know. I'm not sure why it's on the engineer's side, but that's how the Rio Grande engines are. But I need to finish connecting that up. But again, that's quite simple. I got the distributing valve actually mounted to something. Oh, and I need to cull those back faces. Bad, naughty kid. Go away. Get rid of those. That's good. But yeah, the 6ET setup that we've been working on for the past bit has grown quite considerably. So now we have M3 style feed valves, which are the more modern Westinghouse 6ET feed valves, rather than the reducing valves that the old setup would have. They're on their actual dedicated rack and all plumbed into the main reservoir side of the universe. The drag flanger line connects to there. We need to finish the drag flanger line, but that's, again, not terribly rocket surgery. Got the cross fitting put in that connects the drag flanger line to the main res line. It's a big manifold for main reservoir. Connected that to the other manifold for main reservoir with the bell and the sanders. I've got all the gauges plumbed up now. That was those are some spaghetti silly pipes. This is your equalizing reservoir line running over here. That's main reservoir. Comes off the tap on the H6 automatic. And then this one is going to be your brake cylinder line, which is connected via a welded-in bung on the line underneath the cab. And then lastly, your actual brake pipe connection right here, again, which is welded in as a part of the stand as all these pipes get in each other's way. When you take a look at it, the amount of little squigglies underneath here with the pipes that run between the automatic and the independent, they're really goofy, and it took me a minute to figure out exactly how they were routed. And there was a moment literally firing the engine on Saturday where I was sitting over in the seat and I was high enough that I could see that U-bend. And I did not have that U-bend in a single other picture because of the angles you could take pictures of when you're, standing on the cab floor or whatever. I never saw it with the way that everything worked out. So I saw it. We were sitting in station and we had some cab riders, some very important cab riders actually. And I went, oh! So I looked over and got a picture real quick, and they all thankfully understood, and yeah, but got that all done. So all of the interplay, all those pipings, bits of pipe are done. I think 6ET in the cab is actually finished. Outside the cab, there's just those last little pieces extending things out the rear end there. But those are all plumbed up. The equalizing reservoir got dropped in place. And its line got all set up as well and plumbed with the proper fittings. It's been a little bit getting all of that done, and it really feels properly steam engine-y, batshit obnoxious up there. So let's see. The pole looks like people are really aiming for customizations and then the mechanical. No one cares about the deck hose. It's fine. We only had 67 votes, but that's fine. We'll take care of that. The mechanical, I need to dig for reference for anyways, so we're going to have to dig for some reference for customizations. The first customization that I really want to do is the steel pilot. So that's gonna be a little administrative-y when we get to it, but it'll mean that we can have the other kind of plow, and that's going to be pretty cool. So yeah. Look at all that spaghetti. So many pipes. But yeah, it's mostly been dealing with the 6ET this past bit thing, so. Top chats, I'll get you a second. Corey Bonsall, is that piping made from copper or something else? A lot of it is copper. All the gauge lines are copper. Some of the lines between are copper, and you can see the flare nuts and everything. But a lot of it is iron pipe, steel pipe. Your regular seamless, typically Schedule 80 stuff for pressure applications like this. So anyway, we'll turn the cab back on. And now you can see where that dump valve is. Oh, and I realized I forgot these grab irons on the back of the cab. They're kind of important, so I got those put on. Because I was going to put this valve where it needs to live, and I'm like, well, it lives a little bit above the grab. Oh, but I don't have the grab. I thought I did those. Didn't. But now I did. So there we go. So she's becoming much more choo-choo. Yeah. Yes, Alan Abyss, this is for Century of Steam. Oh, I don't have my... Oh. There it is. I was going to say, I was like, I have a disclaimer that I need to turn on. Jordan says, me want big snow plow. So we have an big plow, and I'm going to have to remember how to turn it on. It's been a minute, but before we show the plow that we have... because there will be a second version of plow. Oh god, I have to do the pilot lander still too. Oh, that's gonna be a whole bunch. That's gonna be a whole thing. Anyway, top chats from Matt the Outcast. Planning to go to the IRM for the first time since year 5 at the end of June, and you're so hyped. The IRM, the foam capital of the country. This year, I think the foam capital of the country is going to be Horseshoe Curve. But IRM, yes, a very good place to go foam. Enjoy that trip, please. Colonial Tooth, or is it Colonel Tooth? Be colonial or a colonel? I don't know. Well, I guess that's spelled different. So Colonial Tooth. Can't wait to watch the VOD tomorrow at work at 4 a.m. Have a good night. Fuel Fire, Breakman 27 months. Good night, Hyce and crew. It's 3 a.m. in Germany. That's earlier than I would have imagined, but have a good night. Jordan Freeman, we want big snowplow. Yes. And we've had first plow, but would it be second plow? Yeah, it's gonna be a second plow. All right, I'm gonna hop in Discord. Jake's in here. I don't know if he's gonna have anything fun to say while he's working on all his machinations, but hello, Jake.
Hello.
Turn the capsets back on. Let me figure out where did all my pilots land? Hopefully on a runway. Yeah, I haven't organized everything, and sometimes I get into modeling bursts, and I don't I don't necessarily do things properly. There's the plow, but we gotta get... Okay, the plow's in its own folder, which is great. But we have to turn off all the pilots. Do they not have their own folder? I need to organize this. I need to organize this like I need to organize my brain and my house and my garage and my storage room. It's fine. We'll get there.
It's fine.
It's fine. Organization's important for someone.
Optional.
It is optional. You can just attempt to survive without it. It's fine. Seriously, where does the pilot live? Blender is confusing sometimes. Wood pilot. Oh, underneath the pilots section. You don't say. You'd think I could see that amidst everything else. Yeah, so if we turn off the wood pilot, turn the wood pilot cut on, you can see that we've got a pilot that is contoured for the backside of the snowplow. Although there is no backside of the snowplow. I've never looked at the backside of it. I believe the snowplow was made by Wings and Strings before they handed it over to me. And then the steps got to turn off. I need to make a little folder of everything that I have to turn off. Yeah, cut lever. The cylinder, aka those are the flag holders. Those go away. Oh, and I need to... I don't know if they just get rid of the pilot. They probably get rid of that pilot deck section during that. And then Those are the cut lever brackets, yeah. So then I need to confirm coupler heights and positioning of all that. And then there's so much more to do on this plow before we have a second plow, but that is a little bit what your snow plow looks like. We'll have to do the center plow bracket still too. And we need to make sure that those plugs in the smoke box don't coincide with those plow brackets. So many little details to corroborate and figure out. Oh yeah, and then you can't have 491's headlight step with the plow because, yeah, because you can't. Because 91 never wore a plow. So, but yeah, there is an snowplow. I am not looking forward to figuring out how to make that shape. I don't even know how Tom made it. Like that, I guess. It actually looks relatively straightforward. But yeah, it is just, it's not extruded, it's a skin at the moment. So, lots more little things to do, but they do look good. This is kind of your 499 look, right? With the perma plow, permanently affixed plow. Because it's permanently affixed because you have to cut the pilot for it to fit, so. But we're not gonna do that. So we can turn some things back on. Turn the wood pilot. We don't, well, ooh, should probably separate those out. Yeah, this is the pilot beam. Yeah, because that can turn off. And then theoretically, the steel pilot beam will just fit where that was. Let's see. But we're gonna need to find some reference pictures. I'm not gonna find them at the Colorado Railroad Museum, that's for sure. I'll leave those pulled up for later me. But we will find them in Durango. Okay, bear with me while I find some reference photos. What are the odds it's the same casting as the K-28 beam? Because I got pictures of the K-28 beam right here. I bet you it's the same. I'd be willing to bet. I'm gonna pull up these pictures. At the very least, it'll be similar and I can use it. Because I don't remember the last time I took pictures of 498. I'd take any pictures of the fronts of locomotives, perhaps? Part of the challenge when you start looking through reference pictures, it's nice that you can sort by location. But man, I take a lot of pictures. So you start looking and you're like, oh god, where in this pile is it? That's the back half of a K-37 in Durango. Oh, well, for oil stuff. We'll have to do oil stuff at some point, too. There's a K-28 wearing the not perma plow. Those could be handy. The plows are interchangeable. It's got to be the same beam. It's got to be. I don't know that it is, but it's got to be, right? I just want to see a picture of the front. You know, I'd probably have better luck looking up a picture from fucking 10 years ago. All right, here's a couple pictures in '98. So here we are. So this is '98's pilot beam. Oh, she had different steps. Oh, she had... And 73 just runs with no steps. Or at least had no steps on it at that point when it had the plow on. Oh, because it's got the ladder. Oh. I should note, people have pictures of my ass on top of that plow. Okay, now the K28 beam's got kind of that same carved angle on it. They're very similar in construction at the very least. Let me see if I've got other front pictures. Let me find what reference pictures I need, and then I will double check in with you top chatters. Sorry. I didn't know what we're going to be working on. Oh God, that's 2024. 76 wearing that same Plue. That's a good front shot of the 478. So yeah, you can see the contour and set. We're going to be building that beam. I know I have a front shot of 4... That's a very unhelpful photo of the 493 that I'm not going to pull up on stream. There is a somewhat helpful picture.
Can you post it in Discord? I'm curious now.
I can. It's just not super flattering to a good friend of mine. It's in VC text for you and for you only. It is a picture of the pilot beam of the 493. It just has...
Is that who I think it is, or am I...
No, I don't think you know who that is.
Okay, that looks vaguely like someone on the team, but...
No, it is no one on the team.
Okay.
I think he's actually in charge of the car shop these days in Durango. Alright, well, we've looked in Durango. Let's look at Silverton from 10 years ago. I've got a great picture of 493 that some YouTube famous person and his girlfriend is blocking the pilot view of. That's inconvenient. Oh, not 2026. 2016. How has it been 10 years?
I don't know. It just occurred to me that we've known each other for 20 years now.
Shut your whore mouth, Jacob. No.
Legit, 20 years. We met when I was 12 and I'm 32 now.
The reverse Theoden gif. The reverse Theoden gif hurts. Oh my god. That's, well, hey, 2 decades. Look at us. Time's fake, man.
Right?
I found an frontal picture of the beam. And 93's looks more like 78's than 98's does. I'm going to elect to say that they're the same because I need to use them on checks notes perhaps more than just this model. And yeah, it does look weird because there's no the rest of the pilot's missing. So, but yeah, you can see how goofy 93's smiley face is because of the plow. She's got the higher, taller step than 91, and God, it looks like they reclocked it because you can see how it's kind of angled in. It looked like it used to be one down, and then they went, oh shit, we got to put a snow plow on this thing. And she's got a marker bracket on the center by the head. That's kind of weird. Weird. All right, well, we have some reference photos that we can utilize. And funnily enough, the best reference pictures I have are from a decade ago. Well, when else am I going to see a steel beam without a thing on it? Pilot. The nice thing is I don't have to Swiss cheese mine. The ends of it are going to be a little interesting to make, so...
You don't have to Swiss cheese it, but should you for authenticity?
Yeah, why waste the polygons, man? It's going to be hidden behind shit. And that's good plow stuff. Alright. Oh, good lord.
I had to know.
Tank cars are blowing up. The people have said, stop staring at your reference images. We have top chats. Goodness, guys. Thank you, Wrecker. Lordy. All right. Starting with Solaris. So with the latest Railroader video, was it Con or Conrail? As someone replied, Conrail. I did see that comment. That was pretty funny. And you know, maybe perhaps a railroad name for Con someday. It's good stuff. Cheetalo! Hey, Mark, just wanted to say you're the reason I'm going to Colorado State University in August because you introduced me to Colorado Narrow Gauge. Okay, well, wonderful. Do well in school, but welcome to Colorado in advance. That's awesome. Highball Machine Works, Railroad Mythbusters, Hyce Busters when? I mean, I don't need to steal all of Adam and Jamie's thunder, do I? We've done like Mythbuster type episodes before, and there's probably going to be capacity to do more of them in the future. It's just a question of when there's an appropriate topic. Cross of Bayonne, good evening. How are things doing? I had a delicious burger with a friend earlier, and now we're staring at a K-37 in the digital realm. So, yeah, so good things. Let's see. Jordan Freeman. What would it take to have Hyce in a Hyacinth Macaw furry suit? Am I going to be hunted down and killed for asking this question? Just kidding. You're not going to be hunted down and or killed. That's not my thing. For those of you that it's your thing, go enjoy. So that's not something that I am gonna do. But I appreciate your enthusiasm, Jordan. Okay, Matt the Outcast.
But what if it were for charity?
You know, $20 is $20 for charity, right? It's fine. I'm seeing back faces that I need to fix. I know there's a lot of back faces on this model I need to go clean up, but I'll just tape myself later for that. It's fine. Let's see. Matt the Outcast, he also went to the Monticello Railroad Museum in Illinois. It's one of the best museums out there. Sent you video and DMs so you and Stream can nerd out over their operating steam engine. Okay. I'm going to take a quick look at that. It's the 401, isn't it? Yeah, 401. Never opening anything in DMs ever again. Thanks, Matt. From Rutger Lamberson. Hello, Hyce and crew. Happy 28 Tuesday. Southern 4501 is currently in Southern Green and Gold for the 60th anniversary of the NS Team program, even though it was a freight locomotive. Are there any historically inaccurate liveries that you'd like to see on a K-Class Mikado? I mean, I am a big fan of the green boiler jacket, and it is debated as to whether or not it is historical or not. So I, let them be green, personally. Obviously, we just painted 491 to not match the green. If you've not seen it, let me dig up a picture. When she was fresh, before it finished puking over itself for the day. That's what she looked like in her full 1930s appearance. All fresh, more than 10 years ago now. I do quite like that. It's a pretty shade of green and it looks nice, but it's impossible to keep that way. That's definitely one. Other faux paint schemes. It would be fun to see one of the other Ks in Bumblebee. Just because it would be funny to see a yellow K-37. So that would be fun. Let me pull up the Bumblebee one in case chat's not familiar. And I keep telling my buddies at the DNS, hey, you've got oil burners now. You should be able to keep it clean. So, you know, just do it. It's largely on the cab and then the tender. It was a good look. It was a look, but it's a good look. So, be fun. Give that a try. I'm not a huge fan of the box headlight, but, you know.
A Bumblebee 37 would just be absurd.
It would be quite absurd. It would be the Queen Bee. You know.
It would invite far too many B-movie jokes about it being too fat to fly.
That it would. That would be entertaining. So those are a couple things that are potentially inaccurate. Other entirely inaccurate, I mean, it would be really fucking funny to put an ACL. Oh god. Thank you, Record. An ACL purple scheme or something on it. There we go. Thank you very much, Rutger Lamberson, for your huge generosity with a set of birds and $100. Very much appreciate you. Austin, Breakman 15 months, mandatory checkup on the old Pontiac. Anything new? I took it out both days this weekend to the museum. I pulled the truck out of the way of the garage, got the garage open, pulled it out. Looked at it and went, wow, that looks like shit, because it's not seen a wash in, quite some time, and said, I'm driving it anyways. So it was covered in, dust and muck and all this. It needs a bath. But I ran it anyways, both days this weekend, and knock on wood, she was a happy camper. No complaints. Pontiac was happy. Solarius! So what's been the most interesting myth about a railroad that you've heard? You've heard about the Tennessee Central using wooden axles on their equipment. I kind of doubt that, unless it was very small equipment. Most interesting myth? What makes something interesting? These are the questions we must ask ourselves. There's so many myths. The RGS had a bunch of myths, like sealing boilers with oatmeal, saw blade shims, broad brass is made out of soup cans. How many of them are true? Some of them. A lot of them, not so much. But what are you gonna do? Matt the Outcast laughs and Raycastly. Yeah. You just ended me answering people's DMs during stream, dude. Congratulations. AJ Rep 1994, good to see you. Engineer 23 months. Hyped for Thursday morning. The large lad gonna be rolling through my neighborhood. Plan on going to see it. Excellent. Yeah, it's so cool to see it. Regardless of your opinion on how hyped or overhyped or whatever the big boy is, it is really a cool thing. It is really cool thing. Jordan Freeman, there's Rutger Lamberson instead of birds. Again, thank you. Jordan Freeman, you'd like to see 4501s green and gold on a K? Honestly, it would probably look pretty smart. I could see that. I can picture it in my brain. So... Jordan Freeman. We already did that. I gotta heart them. Corey A. My mother used to beat me with a coat hanger. Okay. Not sure what to say to that, but thank you for the $5 Canadian. Michelin Man. Breakman 18 months. Will a Huber 6 chime make it into Century of Steam? It is in the first Century of Steam devlog. That whistle is actually in the Whistles devlog from August of 2023. So, yeah. Unless I forget to, do something, it'll be there. It's just a Santa Fe 6 at the end of the day. But it's my Santa Fe 6. Look at all these back faces. Naughty, wicked, bad zoot. Might as well clean them up while we're here. Oh, I don't know if I can grab those. And then those are parts of other faces. Yeah. Well, not the tops, though. All right. I know this is what you wanted to see on stream. Me cleaning the model, but, you know, that's actually... It's a key part of it. For stuff. And presumably, that all of that crap will back up against the beam. Doesn't the wood beam... Oh, I can't call that a wood pilot, can I? What is it? That is the pilot structure. Sure. Pilot beam wood. Yes, it butts right up against that, as you'd expect. Although there is a little bit of overlap there that we can't clean up, but that's okay. We can at least clean up thems. It's a real part of 3D modeling. So, all right. So that's our pilot beam wood. That's great. More wood. A boogie, sniggle. I don't need the back side of this for anything, do I? No, again, the beam's not going to cover it all. But we can get rid of some of it. All right. Now we'll actually attempt to model something, perhaps, shall we? Okay, if I put my 3D cursor there, that'll put us in a pretty good shape. We'll add a cube! Gotta go to Bendigo! Get me cube! Okay, so we're going to want to figure out where the hell it just put it. Put it down there. Put it in the pilots folder. Pilot steel. Beam. I guess we have pilot beam steel. Teehee. And we're gonna add some modifiers. We're gonna do an edge split 50 degrees. I see your chats coming in. We'll come back to them in just a moment. We're going to mirror it along the X. And there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we want to snap to vertices, so we're going to go Y direction, snap to that. Props, if you can tell me which AC/DC song I stole this from. That, and then... Alright, how much does that overlap? On the K28, it sticks out pretty far. Maybe I need to find some more pictures from grabbing 493. You know, there's never the picture you need. This is the best one I've got. Width-wise, on the 37, it actually looks like it comes pretty far in. And look, I've got a little bit of reference to the pilot flanger on the 93. That'd be another fun thing to do. Does she still have the blades? Not really. And there you can see Brett and I's coal monster. It's been such a long time. All right, yeah, we'll bring the beam out to the end for now and kind of see how we feel about it. Why is 98's so contoured? 93's does not look that contoured. Why must they always do this? We're gonna model 93s. Because 93s looks like the K28s. Anyway, we'll delete this face. Take a look at the top chats in just a second. If we go GX, or no, we can set the X to 0. And then if we set the height to there, that's filled in the gap a little bit. And we'll continue on with that in just a second. Let's see. Goodness, you guys are very kind. Thank you very much. You're the Gymnast98. Hey, Mark, haven't finished writing the report from the last episode, but all I need to say is this: infinite Pacifics, but 3.5 Pacifics make shit fucked, boss. It was so funny. I think it was Ellis and Casey that came up with that solution. To have, we wanted to have unlimited Pacifics, but also not have unlimited Pacifics. It was Casey's cold open. It was very good. So, but the group has just been having so much fun with that. It's just been great. So that's been fun. Grant Dillon Music, any update on the 501c3 from Montezuma? No. I have been otherwise busy. I need to get into that. I need to get into that sooner rather than later. There's a couple other things happening behind the scenes that I cannot speak to at this moment that pertain to that, but nothing specifically on the 501 for Montezuma. But we need to get to it, and I want to start building the demo cab. So, time's fake. Too much shit to do. Part of me is like, we're really not going to start cracking on Montezuma until Century Steam's out. That's really going to be the reality. Because there's only so much space in this noggin for projects. Jordan Freeman, what is the Flying Grand like font? What is the Flying Grand like font the White Pass and Yukon uses? I think it's something that they came up with themselves, which I believe we've replicated for the game. I think, I don't know if it's finished, but I want to say Joe's been working on that, because we obviously want it for stuff that we're using. You know, you've seen, White Pass and Yukon things so far in devlogs and all that. Lo-Fi Camping Guy, you were over at the Monticello Railway Museum while yapping with a lovely older gentleman about their SD40. Your name came up. Hyce is everywhere. The birds are invading. The small world moment to me was filming that reaction video to the 1225 doing the 72-mile run with all those cars behind it, and to find out that the fireman on the 1225 is a longtime channel member. I'm like, huh? Also recently gave a cab ride to Sam Mackwell of Mackwell Locomotive. He knew who I was. I was like, huh? At this point, like, sometimes I am challenged with self-belief sometimes, and that's the thing I'm working on. And I really just need to tell myself that yeah, a lot of people actually pay attention and know who I am at this point, which is kind of wild. So. So, very neat things, yes. But it's neat that I came up with a lovely older gentleman at Monticello. Have fun. Nikki5043, hello. Hello! How birdie of you. I hope you're having a nice day. I really enjoy watching your videos. All of the... I don't know what the proper word is for those smiley faces, but thank you. 94 Chevy, Conductor 31 months. Good evening, ESND/T/B/P/X/Y/Z. It's a mouthful. Here's to another 31 months conducting or attempting to the crazy train that is the ESND. Don't try and conduct it. Matt the Outcast, you sent a better video of 401 examine. I promise it's safe this time. Too damn bad. That's too damn bad! Okay, back to 3D modeling. Okay, so it looks like the pilot goes... Where's that front-on shot of the 93? Did I move? Oh, no, I zoomed in. it's like it gets two big ass bolts on either side of the braces. So, but those are like two big ass frame bolts that Am I missing hardware on the wood pilot? This is what happens when you look at things, viewers. Did I take a picture of 491 from the front? I took a video of 491 from the front. Here we go. This will probably work. Does she have... How have I been missing those this whole fucking time? Guys, don't look at pictures. It'll hurt yourself. It'll deal psychic damage. This whole time, the big hardware that holds the pilot beam on's been missing. Well, I guess we can add that. real quick, lack. All right, let's see if we can do. Let's see if we can actually quickly do that. Cursor to selected, and 91 has not square hardware. 93 has square hardware and hex hardware. We're gonna do square hardware, I guess. That's probably what it originally was, anyway. So we're gonna do a cube. Got a Bendigo, get me cube. All right. I like top, bottom. Now, let's get that all set up first. Delete the back face before we get into business here. Get that set up there. And we're editing the pilot deck while we do this, so it should automatically be mirroring. Great. Get that vaguely centered. Uh-oh. That smell. That smelly smell. That smells smelly. Kadosha. Okay. '93 has the bolts run from the front back. 91 has them from the back front. 93s were not probably... I don't know. I don't know, man. Does it... Nothing really matter. We've already got all this other malarkey that's sticking through the front, so... We'll do back to front. Square bolts, hex nuts. We've already got the hardware. No, except we don't really want to do that, because what we want to do is we want to briefly extrude that. Make it bigger. Make it an easy washer. Kabunk. For the wood beam especially, the washer is going to be kind of key. But now we want to get rid of that back face. There we go. All right. Is that stuff also mirroring? That stuff's also mirroring. So what we can do to make sure that we line our crap up is we can select, split that out, and add it to all of that hardware there. There we go. Now we can kind of see where our alignment needs to be. Give it a little bit of random rotation. Hey, look! Now our pilot beam is being held on to our additional brace guy here. Actually, although I don't like how small those guys are, and we can set them to individual origins. Make them a little bit bigger. There we go. Look at that! I didn't want to make those bigger. Yeah, just select those as well. Shift Y, there we go. Bang. Okay. Okay, so now that we know that, we can close the wood beam out. We can put the steel beam back. Careful, the train's about to crash. Ah! Presumably it would go down to the same height as the wood beam did. Sad day. And then it's basically just after that hardware that it then kind of cuts in. Presumably to save weight or something. Although it's a pretty quick transition. Yeah, about halfway between the two brackets for the steps. It's already turned out there. God, that already looks weird to me, but that's what the big Chuchin have. I'm really not thrilled to figure out how to make some of the rest of this shape. It's gonna be a little interesting. It's fine. Let's see. A normal caboose. Brakeman 9 months. Howdy Hyce 9 months already. And also, hang on, I gotta pull it up. Where did it go? Where did console go? Ah! There it is. No one can know the secrets. Not that we've shown them before. Me, la 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 la. Also, there you go. Matt the Outcast, what have I done? You know what you did. You know exactly what you did. Jordan Freeman, what kind of assembly line were the K-37s made on? That is a fantastic question that I do not know the answer to. I don't even know if they were made on like a true proper assembly line or anything. And they made 6 of them in the first batch and 4 in the second batch, so one would assume that it was not much of an assembly line. More of an assembly area, perhaps. God, these are all so different. Because of course they are. Wandering Outlaw, Brakeman 8 months. Stoked, just got your full send ESD shirts delivered. Rock and roll. Glad to hear it. That's honestly one of my favorite shirts we've put out in a while. True Walker 93, guess I don't get my free 2-year chat. YouTube is dumb. Did you use it last time? Or has it not been truly 2 years? Either way, appreciate you. Even if you can't start building the Zoom till after COS is done, starting the 501c, let us toss money into a build fund. Don't want her getting repossessed by Conrail. It's true. We do need to get the admin side done, for sure. That's on my goals to do this year, is to actually get the 501 going. But yeah, it's yeah. I need to have a quick second to be able to do so. It's gotta stick out more. It's just got more space past. It's got at least one more bracket from the footstep till it goes with the steel beam. Like it goes out to like there. Yeah, but I want it to not be beveled now. Because I want to redo those bevels. That kind of looks more like the shape I'm thinking of. Alright, let's make... I wonder if I guess the flag holders would have moved too? Do I still have that picture at 91 pulled up? Why do I close images? Oh, because Google RAM's a memory hog and I've not bothered to swap programs yet. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's why. Let's see. Peaches, 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 peaches. Let's see. Let's see. I know everyone voted customizations, and this is probably not what they were thinking, but, you know, it is a customization. Wood beam, steel beam. God, the wood beam on 91 is so narrow comparatively. Fine. 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 Flag holders. Wood. Go away. Go away for new. Solaris! Will you be able to customize your equipment down to how tall the wheels are, to the dimensions of the boiler, to the size of the tubes in the boiler at some point? That's a different game. That'd be a cool game. That's a different game. You're not going to be able to change things on models like this. You'll be able to pick which one you want, but those mechanical details, one does not simply shrink in the wheel with the way that everything's set up. You can't really do that. There is, I think there's one case where we're slightly fudging it to be able to represent more locomotives. And that's specifically, oh, Jake's mute deafened, of course. The 818C that we've shown off, they also had 818.5Cs that had a slightly longer stroke. However much longer it is, like it's maybe like an inch. Visually, you would never tell a difference. And so we're going to be painting up some engines to look like that and giving customizations of those engines because they're, for all intents and purposes, extremely similar, and there were lots of both. So there is a situation like that where there is one where it's like the same engine but with a slightly longer stroke. But again, that's something where the model doesn't change, because changing any of this once it's all baked and textured and everything just does not work, unfortunately. So. Interrupt 1994. Jack Black as Bowser. Peaches, 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 peaches. Yes, correct. All right. We need to do... No, we need to explore. I guess we can... This is like the first time I've been able to use the normal camera views in a hot minute here. It's like, can I do a slice? Yeah. A little slice there, a little slice there. Yeah, because I want to do that straight Y back. It's one of my favorite pieces I've written for the game. I'm excited to see what else comes from it. This song, by the way. I put it out as just an acoustic thing on Volume 2, but it's... I know that something cool is going to happen with it, so... Wow, it really shortens up pretty quick there, huh? Trying to make that curve not look too terrible. How tall is that? We're at 12.66. Not -9. Oh wow. How is that? Let's do global. There we go. 35 to 27. So yeah, that's like 10 inches. Yeah, I'd buy that. It looks about right. Let's see if we can do that. And then we'll grab the... This is the first time I've done, like, dimensional stuff in a minute here. Minus a ½ inch. Drop that down. I need a calculator. I'm running out of screens to put a calculator on, man. Minus... Divide that by 2. Our center line, 3.918. So we want to put... this row of guys at that plus a ½ inch. And then that row of guys at that minus a ½ inch. Why did that turn like purple? What is that? What did they expect? Okay. Those slots are not the right shape, man. I think they need to be a schmidgen wider. So we'll scale on the Y a little bit. Touch that in on the... And we'll take that. Top Chats will take a look at you in just a second. Just a wee second. Plus a quarter. If we narrow these. I'm trying to get the spacing of this void properly. Alright, so now if we extrude those in, just forever, it turns into black darkness, but yeah, those are like square looking still. Alright, let's undo the extrusion. Actually, that looks like it'll work. Bunk. I buy that. Middle's a little thick. GZ 0.125. Nope. GZ minus 0.125. Move it up. Squeeze it by a quarter inch. GZ 0.8 on each side. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Cool. Polling pockets next. It's gonna be, how you say it, fun to figure out? I'm sure it's just gonna be a Boolean. It's gonna be a Boolean. It's gonna be a Boolean. Matt the Outcast, even if I shattered all the trust, I still stand by the fact that Monticello is awesome. Part of your stupid anxiety brain actually feels bad and you're crazy drunk. Yes. No, don't worry about it, dude. It was funny. I'm just giving you crap back. I'm certain that Monticello is great. I've heard many good things. Digital Grid Music. Hey, I sent an email, but you want to throw it in here. Here we're considering a Michigan trip. The Huckleberry Road is doing a Rail Fans Weekend with a photo charter this year in August. I've heard legends. been ruminating much on travel recently, and I'm gonna try and limit my travel a little bit this year. I really want to do Michigan, and I really want to do the Huckleberry Railroad. It's a place that it's pretty up there. It's hard to say it's the place I want to go most. It's probably the WWF. Well, love you, Maine. But Huck is up there. All of Michigan's up there. So, but yeah, I don't think this August works for me. Something about travel being expensive and trying to prioritize it. I was gonna go see the 340 this weekend, and it just doesn't make sense. So, I'm already missing out on that. So, I'm getting my big boy fix in with the 2102, and then that's gonna be kind of my train travel for much of the summer, I think. We'll see unless something else comes up. Judd Brown! Conductor 4 months. 4 months times fake. Coal shovel skillet. Excellent. It's coming along. The hardest part of the project is getting the ADHD and wallet to cooperate. Cheers. Believe me, I understand that. I appreciate you. Speaking of shovels, I finally unboxed the new shovel that I have. You guys want to see the shovel? I have it. It's over here. Blech. I got to take my headphones off. Where are the kitties left? Mama must have gotten home. Blech. I have. And scoop. Take a look. It's about... It isn't stamped with a number, but it's about a number 2. It's got a long handle that really needs some love, but I bought it. I don't know if that comes across on camera. There you go. It's got my name on it. I saw this, it was sent to me, it was on eBay. It needs a little love, but it's got my name on it. So, now I have 2 shovels, although this one needs work, but for now, it's got patina and it's fun. So it's amongst my random things over there. But yes, honestly, it probably just needs a some new rivets or a new what is the brain? Is it shaft? No. Mast? No. Handles at the end. Stick? It needs a new stick bit. It's fine. Brains are brains. Let's see. Yes, that was Jed Brown. Catch me outside. Wowie, question. Will there be some kind of visual aid when pulling the whistle off a hotkey? You have a hard time freehanding that sort of thing. Looking forward to the VOD. Back to work for you. Good question. I have it presently set up that every time you press either of the hotkeys, it puts your mouse cursor in the center of the screen so that you're starting from a frame of reference rather than it just being somewhere random. Because I too, sometimes you wonder kind of, did I shoot past the bottom end of it or the top end? There's probably an easy way for us to make a subtle UI element to come with it, I would imagine. And I would like that too. It's just not something we've done yet. We've gotten step 1, hopefully step 2 down the road. I would like to see that as well because, yeah, it can be tough to know, hey, am I near the top end? Did I fly way past it and I have to come back forever to get back to pitch? So, yeah, it's always a challenging thing. And I also hope that we can scale the sensitivity range. We should be able to. It shouldn't be hard. And make that a setting, but that's not set yet. Right now, it is set to Jersey and I's preference, and that's that. Sorry, Zach and I's preference, but yeah. AC75, Brakeman 23 months, times fake. Is there cursed trains in the works? No, I need to set up a new thing for that. We've kind of run the gamut of cursed locomotives. I kind of want to try cursed other things, like cursed track locations or cursed grade crossings or, you know, all that fun. I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, I need to set up a submissions form or something for that. Yeah. So, indirect Hydro X. Did I see a faded cherry SG just now? I've got I have 3 SGs. Guilty as charged. But oh, oops, I turned it off. Bunk. I talk about it more on my second channel, Hyce Studio. But in order, 2008 SG Standard, 2005 SG Supreme in the blue Midnight Burst, I think it's called. Really pretty. And 1968 Gibson SG Standard. So, nothing truly faded except for the 68's been restored. So that was the only reason I could afford it, is because it was cheaper than it was. Shaft. Is that the right word? Okay. Stick. The sticky bit. The sticky part. Speaking of stick, hang on. I have a picture that I do need to show because I thought this was very funny. This is very Jeff Taylor. Very Jeff Taylor good. 491 got you stick. Bitches love stick. Jeff said that he found a picture of 91 in service with the triple coupler pocket, and the brakeman had just bunked his his brake club in that side of the thing. So she carried it that way all weekend, and it was very funny. Also, museum video going to be coming out this weekend as well. If you're a fireman tier member or above, I believe the POVs did post. Let me double check that because that was a while ago. I think they're uploaded and rendered. I don't know. Let's see. Content. Yeah, and there's comments and stuff on it. Yeah, if you're a fireman tier member or above, for the first time in a long time, I apologize. I don't get to film while operating at the museum terribly often anymore because I'm teaching a lot of the time. But we took a couple runs this past weekend, Dusty and I, and had some fun. So I uploaded a POV for you guys. So yeah. Let's see. Anyway. Yeah, so we answered Catch Me Outside, and then ACR. Matt the Outcast, speaking of pulling pockets, I discovered you can actually pull entire cuts of car on a scale using toothpicks. That is a delightful thing to discover. Just one toothpick, or do you have to bundle them together? A person 723, fireman 35 months, so close to 3 years. Any chance for the Mexican-centered headlight could be an option for the K27? Well, we'd have to have a K27 first. For the K37, I mean, they probably look goofy that way, but I mean, that's probably an option. I forget all of the fun things that that Tom set up for these. I need to make a custom. I need to go through and organize that before we can do some of that stuff. I think they had mocked up some stuff by moving things around. I mean, we're going to have a centered headlight version that just makes sense, but really changes the look. Okay. I'm modifying. I'm altering the deal 491. Pray I don't alter it early or alter it further. 91 has hers hanging down lower, which means that I'd have to have 2 sets of steps in order to have the Steel Pilot, because the Steel Pilot looks like it comes up even shorter than I had it. Which is annoying, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, that looks better. And it may not stick quite that far out either, actually. Yeah, probably about Theresville. And now I guess we add a sphere. What diameter do we think those polling pockets are? 5 inches, maybe? Let's put the 3D cursor where our mouth is. Actually, put it right in the center of that face. It should be pretty good. So now when we go and we add a sphere... Oh, I don't think we want the triangle one. I think we want this one. I'd actually buy that. I'd buy that. I'll make that deal. Damn good deal. I don't know if we need nearly that much resolution though. In either variety. No, we need more than that. Yeah, it feels like we need a little bit more than that. Okay. I think we're gonna want to mirror one more set once we do this Boolean, but do that real quick. Difference. Held the set value. Oh shit. 'Cause I left it in the same object, man. Bang. Retro! Yeah! Wow, that was easy. We gotta clean up the smooth shading, of course, but... yeah. That's fun. Look at that! Alright, so... we're gonna kind of do a slice down the middle if we can. Yeah, and then what we can do is we can just delete all of that. And we put 3D cursor there. And then we can set the origin of this guy to the 3D cursor. And then we want to flip mirror on both. Exactly! Just like that. Oh. And then I guess we'll extrude that one vertex back to that so that we can then put a face back on the top of this. We can do some work on this one still. Look at that! I see you, top chats. Be there in a smidge. Let's just merge. Do a little clean. A mild amount of cleanup on this geometry after our boolean. And fortunately for me, it does look like, unfortunately, it looks like there is a raised boss around the sphere, so. It's a game sphere! It's spherical! Spherical! Does that show the reason I have ADHD? Who knows? We're just gonna knife tool this in here like a goblin. It's a crazy cast thingy anyways. That's not what I wanted it to do. Good lord. Unflip thyself, train. Sometimes the views in Blender get a little confusing. Yeah, the only thing... This is one thing I've learned recently, is you can set your cursor to view and then just try to line the camera up the best. And you can make some subtle tweaks as long as you do them right. I mean, for freehanding though, that actually didn't look that bad. Complete the vertex to finish the smooth shade, and then we will discuss. We'll be discussing it with ya! Top chats, you know. So Dusty texting me again. It is, but it's helpful. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We're getting all of the things from Dusty. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I did notice 98 has the single step that's recessed in. I'm doing 93s because I had best reference for it, and she seemed to have 2. Yeah, fucking variations indeed. We'll probably have to live with the dual step option for the sake of the game. Because that's just good business. We'll see. If there's texture space, we could probably do both, but it's a balancing act. All right, that's smooth shade's only somewhat peeved about existence. But I believe that. Look, jet fuel can't melt that. Probably shouldn't make jokes like that, but you know, here we are. Steel beam. And yes, Dusty, I'm aware about the flanger and the pipe and the. We're a hodgepodge of eras right now with what I have selected. Okay, so now theoretically, we could do the other plow. God help us. Now that I have, like, the polling pockets are actually kind of nice. That's kind of cool. I'm kind of happy with that. Yeah, it was simple. You know, I'd been putting it off because I thought it was harder than it was going to be. Let this be a lesson for you. I guess well, that ring actually kind of has a fillet. Let's fix that. I was just doing all that kind of fill-in stuff to try and smooth shade a little better. Oh, we can't really dissolve all those edges, can we? Whatever. When actually doing the light fillet's actually gonna help potentially with the smooth shade. Oh god, not that many steps. See, a 2-step fillet fixes the smooth shade. 1 step doesn't, because we're here. We add a fillet. Well, maybe once it changes it. Do that little 2-step guy. And we'll knife in a little divider there. Telling it not to do that. Stop doing the bad! That's not too bad. I'm sure I'll show Tom, and Tom's a wizard with this stuff. They will be able to fix anything that does not meet standards, or tell me how to fix, probably. Sometimes it can be challenging to get it to do what you want it to do. It's hard to do a bunch without like making the model super poly intensive too, but I think we can live with that. Okay, let me close these other bits of reference. And now we can start thinking about a plu. Do you like plu? I think so. We have plow needs to live in pilots so that we can separate this. We're gonna call this the perma plow. And we need to have kind of the base stuff. We're gonna organize here. We're gonna make a new collection in here, pilots 2, and it's gonna be I don't know how I want to organize this. Whatever. We'll do removable plow. And then I guess we could make another new collection that is. We'll change the speed plow, perma, so that they get organized together. Plow, removable. Let's be smart. Plow wood, plow steel, and then plow. I know I've got top jets. Be in there in a second. Plow stuff to remove. You know, the stuff that needs to go away. That gets in the way of the plow, like the pilot. And that goes all in there, so we turn all that off. Oh, well, we don't want to put the steel beam in there. Steel beam's gonna have to be separate. But if we turn all that junk off, all right, that's most of our plow stuff out of the way. And then we need our cut lever and cut lever brackets. So now when we press that button, it gets rid of all the stuff, so I don't have to go hunting for it. Oh, I should probably put the freaking toolbox in there too. Where's the toolbox live? Train box in its own collection. Sure. The train box lives inside the train box. Why is that? Who organized this? It's literally the only thing in the collection. We're putting it in there. We're getting rid of the train box collection. We no longer have a box full of train boxes. Okay, let me take a look at top chats before we think about constructing and plow. Think about doing some plowing. God, it's going to be a weird shape. I wonder if I can start with the plow that Tom made. What is my coupler height? I said I was top chat. 80. Oh, Zushi pushed back. When did you get here? After he figured out the mama was not going to feed him more. Train Cat. Hellbot is dope. That's the way we want it for a Seattle Thunderbirds concept Gullhorn. It would be a huge upgrade IMO. They use Gary Glitter right now. I think you pinged me in the Discord with that, and I think I didn't take a look at it. I'm sorry. I need to look at it. Thank you. That's the way we want it. When we tracked that guitar solo, we finished tracking the guitar solo and got it put together. And one of our engineers in the studio, owner Jason at Synergy Productions, great studio, was just jumping up and down at the console going, fuck yes, fuck yes, fuck yeah, with the way that the solo ended up coming out. It's a highlight as a guitar player in the career, so you know, it's pretty good. HG Brain is showing. I know. That's what happens when I'm sober for a long time. It's fine. SO Foamer, a Southern Foamer, I guess. Century Steam is just narrow gauge, right? Or will standard gauge be introduced later on? It is narrow gauge for all the playable stuff. It's only 3-foot gauge. There will be standard gauge trains that are at interchange that you can see. But that's it. Train a Cat. Imagine you show off zoom out on Pawn Stars once built. Why would we do that? I'm not going to pawn my locomotive. Jed Brown, I'd buy that cute clip of Brett. I got you $1. Yes. Iron Train, engineer 21 months. Good to see you again, my friend. 21 months, close to 2 years now. Good grief. In that spend time, I went from forgetting about Train for reasons, and now I'm a semi-active here with Roaring Addiction into HO model trains. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Anyway, okay, Plu. So the removable plow. I guess I didn't take further back pictures. Oh, no, close it. Don't close it. It is the one that the steel beam sticks through, that they set up so that the plow kind of sits over the edge of the steel beam. And it matches the cutouts there. So it's still plowy and plow shape, plowy McPlow face. It still has the big brackets, and we still need to do that third plow bracket. But it obviously the K28 version has then a cutout for the air compressor. But you've got kind of this side profile. We need to look at the coupler height. Make sure my coupler height's good. It's gonna be a lot to figure out. It's a bit of a shape. I'll do what I can. This plow. Honestly, Tom's plow looks pretty good. I don't know what reference they used. I don't want to touch it. Oh, well, shoot. I can reuse all the bracketry, though. Honestly, I think I copy this plow and then modify it. I think that's what we do. But yeah, first and foremost, we need to figure out what is our coupler height here. Dead nuts perfect. Okay. 26 inch. You want to be 24 to 26. Ideally 26 when things are new and hey. Which means that this plow does not have its hole in the right place. Which is okay. We can fix that. They must have used different... Yeah, they absolutely have an extendo knuckle for when they do use the plow. Is that center bit really that thick? Not on this one. This one's... Well, actually it might be. Details. It almost feels like it'd be easier to have the contour be complete and then redo the hole in the whole thing rather than just trying to move the hole. Cause I'll tell you what, it is just a torched off bullshit hole in the... we need the shank to come through right there. I need to look at the how the 99s is set up too. Hey Tristan, yeah. We're doing your favorite thing in the whole wide world actually right now. Plu, cause we did the steel pilot. He's got polling pockets and contours and things. Coco Gadget Extendo Knuckle. Yes, correct. Correct. Yes, I know 99 has the wood pilot beam plow, Dusty. That's I'm ruminating on that because that is theoretically what this is the wood pilot beam plow. And the slot is in the wrong spot, and also we don't have any cut levers or any of that malarkey. So, I know I've taken lots of pictures of it. Look at that! Look at how handy this picture is. Actually shows that middle bracket pretty well, too. It's just another tongue on the smoke box that it then grabs. Turnbuckle. Oh, and 99, of course 99's permaplow has a different bracket. Look at how much random crap they did. They put the little, like, a flapped dealio on it, and then a patch there, and it's got grabs there. There is no cut lever. They just yank the chain. Mint. Mint, Ria Grande. Mint. You're fine, Dust. How's 487 set up? Why are these all different? Let me see. One thing that I will show you guys is a great resource if you like Rio Grande things. If you go to the Denver Libraries, digital.denverlibrary.org, you can search train things in here. You'll get all kinds of good stuff. DNRGW 487. We could also look at 497 because she once had a permaplow too. Well, there we go. Let's take a look at 87's plow. What does it look like? That guy's having a good day. Yeah, not so much. Oh, and you'll get things that make you sad, like look at what they took from us. Look at what they took from us. Anyway. Why is I wanted 487. It's giving every engine type 4.8 something. Ooh, there's a Choo-Choo that's gonna die. There she is with her plow. 1962. All right, 87 is set up like exactly the same as 97. Turnbuckle center with the... No, we're not done yet. With the then flat to the plow bracket that doesn't match. Tom did a great job modeling the one that goes on the other kind of plow. So we can save that and use it for that. But then you've got the two big bolts for where they bolt the plow to the beam as well. Interesting. Oh. Good shout, Dusty. Oh, weird. You know, had I looked at one more picture of mine, I would have seen that. So there is a cut lever. The chain runs through the plow to it? Isn't that weird? Or at least it used to. I mean, it doesn't look like it does. It's the challenge of doing a snowplow. Is it's like all of them that exist are just hammered dog shit. Because I'm like, if I gotta modify the plow contour for this one to get the hole in the right place, yeah. Chain goes straight through. Looks like a roll pro. Yeah, straight through, then drops down. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess you can't really see it. Yeah, let's just shoot right over. Okay, well, I think I really like the contour overall that Tom has on this plow. It really looks the part. The middle bit on some of them is that thick. On some of them, why are there so many prototypes? I think what I want to do is I want to fill in the knuckle hole because we can confirm that the knuckle hole is in the wrong spot. So we'll do that. Do that. And then we can dissolve those vertices and that edge. And those vertices. Those edges, fine. Alright. No, don't do that. Reset the vectors so that the thing draws properly. Yeah, and then I just gotta kind of continue this plan view curve, and then we can redraw the hole. And then we can make adjustments to both of them from here. Alright, so that one doesn't need to go. We're still in view mode, good lord. And then you can see that Tom had a line of mark sharp all the way down, which really helps with the shading. Oh, crap. Crap on a stick. I knew I was forgetting about a technique that I could be doing. It's like, I'm trying to figure out the shading and it's not working. Fucking mark the damn thing sharp, you ding-dong. Make it prickly to the touch. Okay, here we go. There we go. There we go. Pow. Edge. Mark sharp. Hey, look, the shading problems largely went away. Still a little bit of something there, but we can put that back. No, it's better. Whatever. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as... we're going to save this as plow, rough, so that if we have to change something later, we can have the existing shape. So then we can do, this is plow, wood, beam. So now we can punch the hole in. Ooh, and we can put, where is our pilot beam? Where did the wood pilot, okay. Pilot, beam, wood, cut. Gotta organize these things properly. Can put that here. So you've got the beam. The beam! Oh god, that needs to be looked at. That's alright. It's old. That's not been touched. It's not been touched in years. That's alright. So we're gonna fix the 499 plow before we look at the other plow. Honestly, 87s looks prettier back in the day. So we're gonna kind of mirror 87s more than we're gonna mirror 99s. And the 36s and 37s are close enough in some of those ways. All right. Sorry, let me take a look at these top chats. It's been a minute there. Allison Chains, good to see you. Engineer 30 months. Hey, if it's stupid and it works, it ain't stupid. It's true. Ace Briggs, the 3 ways to fix things. The wrong way, the dangerous way, and the grand way. Yeah, the grand they're special snowflakes, that's for sure. Timerman 765, honestly, why did they make the headlights on top of the smoke box? The narrow gauge locomotives, you honestly wish they were in the middle of the door. You know, it's a stylistic choice. I don't know why they did it. I like the look, personally, but to each their own. JW Live Steamer, thank you for all the amazing content. Thanks to you, I did the thing, joined a train club. Now you're running a live stream, say any G scale or F scale merch for in the future. G or F in terms of cars, as you probably are well aware, is expensive and challenging to come up with, but I do believe we're working on decals at the very least. There does happen to be a couple F-scale locomotives and cars back there that I need to break out. And by a couple, I mean literally 2 locomotives, two cars. A couple each. So, we are fans of it. I'm glad you're doing the thing. Glad you're enjoying it. Void Elder, engineer 29 months. In Century's team, will the firing difficulty be set by the host or per player? Say there are 2 people in the cab, they both fire how they want to. Hope everyone is having a good night. I have a lot of thoughts about that. We haven't nailed it down totally because we haven't gotten to really experience multiplayer with, you know, the whole thing working at this time. Because on one hand, you want accessibility where everyone's having a good time, but if you're trying to be competitive, you also want to hold everyone to the same standard. So there might be a mix there depending on exactly what you're doing. Because yeah, I mean, it gives you a very different schema when you think of, oh, can you set the difficulty differently per player? You know, but sometimes that might make a lot of sense. So it's something that we're still sorting out, and I hope to have a better answer for you down the road. All right. And honestly, it looks like like 87 has like it looks like the knuckle would barely fit through. So if we do that kind of situation there, and then just delete out that piece. Oh, you don't delete only faces when delete faces. All right, there we go. Where the hell does coupler A show up? Oh, it is under pilots, but it's under BR main, which is, yeah, Dan's. It's a Daniel-ism. We're gonna put this in coupler, yeah, plow stuff to remove, coupler A, and coupler A knuckle. Can go there. Turn it all on and it's cursed. We'll do a little copy paste. There we go. I guess it has to live with its parent because the way it is. Because of the way it be. See how much I believe that placement there. It looks vaguely in ballpark. And now we go gadget extendo. Yoink, just like that. Extendo knuckle-o! Coupler A extendo. So now we can turn all that junk off. We've got our extendo knuckle. Sitting a little better in terms of plu-isms. Okay, so now we've got the hole for it. Okay, I want to kind of shape the steel beam plow. And then I think it's gonna be time to jump off because I'm like I'm in need of more caffeine and beverage, and it's been 2 hours, and modeling 3D modeling live is like a special punishment that I give myself for some reason. All right, we'll paste it in plow steel. We'll close that. Did we accidentally paste another plow? How many plows is there? There's too many plows. Get rid of that one. Plywood beam. There we go. Okay, so this is now And we can... Oh, totally. Geez, Dusty's right. Duh. Of course Dusty's right. They use a steel cable on the DNS instead of a chain, but you can see exactly how that works with that other kind of plow. And maybe we'll just make the one bracket because simplification. Maybe we'll just put plow in here. I don't know. I don't know how I want to organize this yet. We'll organize it later. Okay. So we need to now turn on the steel beam. Pilot beam steel. So yeah, now we need to have a contoured cover section that then fits that. Oh, do I still have the wood beam on? I do. Drunken Railroader. Good username. Breakman 2 months. Say, sorry to miss the stream a little. Good evening. Good evening. Void Elder, speaking of plows, will be able to attach a plow to a Mason bogey to go fight snow. I don't know why you want to fight snow in an engine that's got a pivoting engine. That sounds like a recipe for disaster, IRL. Although there are great stories from, yes, that book that I need to finish a project. ADHD, man. What are you gonna do? Maybe this is the year. Little Engines, Big Men, they talk about bucking snow with Mason bogies. I'm pretty sure there is a little... I mean, you could crash into the snow in anything, and how easily you get through it is up to your merit, and all of that fun. I do think that there is a little mini plow, like a little pilot plow that the bogey has. I'm not 100% certain, so maybe, I don't know. It's been a minute since we've touched the Mason. Jed Brown, Mark, you love us. Now shut up and let us love you. 94 Chevy, that cable ain't thick enough. For pulling a cut lever, it's fine. Works. It's not like it's holding anything up. 75 horse case, a little late to the party. How many vertices were moved tonight? Some. We've got a new pilot beam. Oh. Why? What the hell is my color into bro? I gotta organize this model better. That's fine. We'll get there. We will get there. All in due time. We fixed the perma plow, and we're now working on adding the steel pilot plow because some of these locomotives had wood beams. Well, they all did originally. They all got replaced except for our special princess, who still has a wood beam, but the rest of them are steel beams, and then some of them got plows that then covered said steel beams. So we are looking at God, I don't know what the smart way to geometrically do this is. Okay, so that is right there. No, I'm sitting here struggling to think about how I'm gonna add two things, and there's this whole part of Blender called the Boolean, which is magical, and I should be using it right now. Alright, so we'll put our 3D cursor somewhere vaguely helpful over here. We're going to add a cube. Gotta get a Bendigo! Get me cube! Make it actually a sizable cube. We're going to generate an edge split of 50 degrees. That is standard. Here at Studio 346. Plow, steel, beam, bool. Bool. Booleans! Booleans. Okay, we want to move it so that it's there.
Somebody's got to go back and get a shitload of dimes.
Yes, Dan. Somebody does need to go back and get a shitload of dimes. Good to see you, Dan. Thank you very much for the 10 gifted memberships. You know what? We can just merge those. We only need a triangle anyways. Try a triangle. Okay. Do we want to historically make it not sit properly on... No. No, we don't. We don't want to bother dealing with that. We can leave it there. But this vertice does need to go. What does it look like from the side? Oh yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, these plows are gonna need a lot more work, but that's all right. That is for probably not on the stream. Booleans. Yo. Pow. Oh no! Don't apply the mirror. Apply the boolean. The boolean. Booleans. Theoretically now, if I mark all that sharp, it should be happier about life. Yeah, there we go. Well, mostly happier with life. Oh yeah, because there's that little itty bitty guy right there. Now it's one piece. That's cool. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than it was. Well, the smooth shade's still a little peeved, but simply just knife in a bunch of verts, right? That help? Not really. I don't know if I need to cut that out or not. I'm gonna have to ask some team members. But hey, more blue. How does it compare to the other blue? The other blue smooth shade is it's got some stuff going on with it, but it's not quite as bad as this one. That actually helped a fair bit right there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. It's 9 o'clock, 11 over there, at East Coast land or wherever. Cause I want to go say hi to my lady friend, cause I know she's home. But yeah, we've got a fixed coupler. We've got start of steel pilot plow. It's good vibes. I mean, you need to take off 491's pretty smiley face to truly have the plow, and we got to do some other little plow things. Lots of details, but we'll cover those next time. So let me catch these last couple top chats. Tree Walker, thank you for the giggle. If your front coupler remains extended for longer than 4 hours, should you contact your chief mechanical officer?
Somebody's got to go back and get a shitload of dimes.
I'm just going to take a picture of that and that comment, and I'm going to... I will ask the CMO of American Heritage and see what he says. I will report back. Anyways, thank you. James Thorell, fan Brakeman, 3 months. Hi, Hyce. What's cuter, possums or badgers? Cuter, probably badgers. Possums are like pure goblin energy. It's very good. I was not expecting to close out with birds. Okay. Fair enough. Thank you, Dan the Mechanic, for the shitload of dimes. And to Iron Train for I just made... We got like 110 memberships this stream. We got like 120 memberships this stream. I just made a new outro. I don't think it's been on a video that's gone public yet. You're gonna have to make another one. It's fine. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the love and support, as always. One piece at a time. And it didn't cost me a dime. That's how the song goes. Anyways, thanks so much for the love and support, everyone. We'll catch you all next time. Gonna try and stream weekly for realsies, actually, no matter what it is. So, bye, everybody.